tires suck. Hey, are you filming this already? Cut! Cut! While Maxxis still holds the single most dominant position in today's mountain bike tire market, there are plenty of legit alternatives available for those willing to look elsewhere. Michelin has been on the comeback trail for a few years now, seeking a return to its former gravity glory, while newcomer E13 is already into the third generation of its all-terrain family of rolling rubber. We decided to put two of their latest offerings to the test to figure out how they stack up. Let's dig in. If you were into gravity riding in the 90s and early 2000s, you were probably a fan of Michelin's DH tires back then as well. They more or less dropped off the mountain bike radar after that, but they are now back in the game with a new Enduro line and a reborn DH line. The Wild Enduro range consists of two specific tread patterns and a couple of compound options. We took delivery of a front tire with Maggi X2 dual compound rubber and a rear tire with the faster and harder wearing Gum X 3D triple compound, both 2.4 inches wide. The front tire tips the scales at 980 grams, while the rear weighs in at 1090 grams thanks to an extra layer of pinch protection that the front version lacks. Both tires feature advanced gravity shield casings to help prevent cuts. E13 are relatively new to the tire game, but their small range of tires is well suited to gravity applications, and it has been generally well received when it comes to grip and feel. For the latest version of their all-terrain line, they employ a compound that was apparently inspired by Thailand's underground moped drag racing scene, believe it or not. The MoPo compound is the softest and grippiest compound in E13's range, and it is available on all three tire types, Trail, Enduro and DH. The tires all measure in at 2.4 inches wide, with each type available in several different versions. We chose to test with the same tire in the front and the rear, but note that there is a semi-slick version available as well if you're looking to really maximize your rolling speed out back. The dual-ply Enduro MoPo version tested here weighs in at 1075 grams for the 27.5-inch version. For increased durability, the higher-end tires feature Apex sidewall protection as well as a woven aramid reinforcement layer that further protects against cuts and helps improve air retention. We've been testing both tires for quite some time now, throughout both winter and early summer conditions. On the trail, the Michelin's roll fast, and they've performed well in many kinds of different situations. The Maggi X2 compound provides plenty of grip up front, and the aggressive tread pattern is particularly well suited to steep and demanding terrain. The rear tire tread favors rolling speed over outright grip, which results in a tire that breaks away relatively easily but hooks right back up again just as quickly. Where this tire will catch you out is when it comes to off-camber routes and large, loose chunk. The side knobs are particularly sturdy, which means that the tire is not able to conform so easily to the shape of the terrain, which in turn can make it a bit unpredictable, particularly at lower speeds or during wetter days. This tire does not like cruising, it demands to be ridden hard, and it becomes exponentially more forgiving as your speed increases. On some of the roughest and steepest trails of this test, these Michelin's are among our new favorites, while in the wet, we'll probably reach for something else. Dry rocks and loose conditions are no issue for the Wild Enduros, however, and we've been particularly impressed with durability. The Michelin's were the only tires we didn't manage to pinch flat during this test. The Maggi X2 compound is sturdy, and there is no sign of any of the side knobs starting to peel off. The Gum X compound in the rear has not fared so well, with plenty of knobs looking a lot worse for wear at this stage. The E13 tires feel very different to the Michelin's on the trail. The tread pattern is a bit less elaborate, which makes the tire easier to ride in more conditions. The MoPo compound is super grippy, and although this generation of the tire is slightly less aggressive in its shape, it still hooks up hard, which generates a very positive feel on every type of trail, from smooth and cruisy to steep and loose, as has been our experience with E13 tires right from the first generation. What has improved over time is rolling speed, although they still lag behind a bit when it comes to pedaling and climbing. Things have gotten better, but these should not be your first choice if you worry about getting to the top of the mountain first, or if the trails in your area are flatter. As for durability, the tread is wearing well, and there are no signs of torn side knobs or other indications of premature impending doom. The sidewalls did not quite survive as well, as we were able to pinch flat just above the rim on a couple of occasions. Switching to the DH version in the rear took care of this issue once and for all, but that comes at a weight and speed penalty, of course. In summary, both of these tires have proven themselves up to the task of handling demanding terrain and aggressive riding, but they both go about their business in very different ways. The Michelin's really shine when the speed picks up and the trail gets rough. Hard-charging riders will love the amount of grip and support on offer when you really lay into them, while more cautious riders may find themselves lacking confidence as they get bounced offline more easily at lower speed. In stark contrast, the E13s deliver plenty of grip and extra assurance at any speed, and they are as happy poodling along as they are dropping into the NAR. That extra grip and comfort come with a rolling speed penalty, although it should be pointed out that things have improved in this department compared to the previous generations of this tire. Thanks for taking the time to tune in today. We hope you enjoyed this review. As always, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And until next time, happy trails!